Hi everyone. As I've been saying in my previous videos, I have a new workflow that I've really been wanting to show you. However, they are heavily dependent on some of the new community plugins in Obsidian. So before I show you that, I'll show you how to use some of these plugins and then show you the workflow. I'll be creating a separate playlist in which I will teach you how to better leverage the power of community plugins. Stick around till the end of the video. I have shown some tips and tricks that allow you to take full advantage of this plugin. That is being skipped by many people. So with that, let's get started. Now let's first take a quick look at how to install plugins. To do that, we click the settings icon. Then we go to community plugins. We turn off safe mode. Trust me, it's very safe. Yes, turn off safe mode. Now where it says community plugins, we click browse. And over here, it will show all the plugins that are currently available. We are right now looking at Templator. So we click Templator and install. Now it will show you that the plugin is successfully installed. Now there are two ways of enabling this. You can click enable here, which is the easiest way, or you can also toggle on and off from here. As you can see, the Templator is, don't confuse that with templates. Templates is the inbuilt module, but Templator is enabled here. Now let's set some of the options that are available with us. So we go to Templator. Over here we click. As you can see, I already have a folder here called templates. So let's say templates. Timeout, we let it be as is. Trigger Templator on new file creation, we select yes. Now script files folder, we let this be as is. And finally enable system commands, yes. I'll be showing you how to create some of these user functions and how you can truly leverage the true power of this. So before that, let me first show you all the internal variables and functions that are available in Templator, and then you just close this button and get started. Templator is a way to seriously supercharge templates. It is a template language that lets you insert variables and functions into your nodes. It might sound advanced and complicated, but it really isn't. So let's start by first having a look at the syntax. The syntax is very easy. You put in angle brackets, put the percentage sign, and your template command comes here. You end it with a percentage sign and close the angle bracket. Now, Templator comes with two kinds of modules. First is internal modules and second is user functions. We'll look at user functions a little later. Let's have a look at internal modules and start with the date module. The date module gives you a host of functions and variables to dynamically add dates to your notes. You can truly get any date you wish into your notes. So let's get started with some examples. I'll right click the templates folder and click new note. Now we'll name the note Templator date. Now the first function we are looking at is the date now function. Let us start by getting today's date. To do that, we add an angle bracket, a percentage sign, tp.date.now brackets, percentage sign, and end it with an angle bracket. Now let's just add this to our Templator note. So I'll scroll down, go on Templator. And to do that, what we do is we'll click on Templator and select Templator date. And as you see, today's date, it shows exactly as we had put it. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put in all the options first and then I will show you what each option does. Now, as you can see, the date is a little off. So we'll fix that. We'll format it because if you remember, our format is something like this. We'll fix that format in a second. But let's go back to templates, click on Templator date and get started. Okay, so now let's fix this. So we'll say date now with format and continue the same way. You'll start with an angle bracket, percentage sign, tp.date.now and bracket open. Now in brackets, we'll put in the format that we had entered in for our date, if you remember, and that will get us the date with the current format. Now, what if we wanted to get the date 3 days back? We'll use the exact same code as above, only just before closing the bracket, I will put -3 for 3 days back and close it. And let's see what that does. Let's also do now date after 5 days. For that, we'll do the exact same as above, except -3, I'll just add 5 because we're going ahead. Now, we see date last week. So I'll put -7 in the end. Since last week is obviously 7 days before, I'll also add DDDD to this to get the day of the week. Now, there's another alternative way to do this also. There's a much better method according to me. So I'll put in everything, and in the end, in quotation marks, I'll put P for period minus 1 W. Obviously, W here means week. Similarly, if I was trying to get the date 3 weeks back, I would copy the exact same thing from above, and in the end of the bracket, just put P minus 3W, P again period, and W for week. Now, what if I wanted to get the date last month? Very simple, copy the exact same thing from above, and here instead of W, I'll put M for month. So it'll be P minus 1 M. Now, what if I wanted to get the date next year? Very simple, do the exact same thing above, and P1Y for year. P is the period, Y is the year. Now, let's just see how all this comes together. So, we again go to templater note. Let me open that, and this date obviously is 2 days old now. So let's just see how everything will come together. We'll just do backspace. I'll click this, and as you remember, I'll just click templated date. As you can see, today's date is shown perfectly. Now I wanted it with the format that we use. As you can see here, that format is here. It's showing it perfectly. Date 3 days back is also showing it perfectly. Date after 5 days is also perfect. Date last week is here. Date last week in an alternative method is here. This is the better method, I think. Date 3 weeks back is here. Last month's date is here. And finally, the date next year is here. You can see it's May 30th, 2022. Very easily it adds that, and using the P for period, W for week, Y for year, and M for month, it makes it very, very, very simple. Also, as you can see, adding DDD to date last week clearly shows Sunday, which is the day today. Now, let's just see what else we can do with this date module. Let's look at two more functions in the date module. So, we go back to templates. We click on templater date. Now, over here, I'll just leave a gap because I want to put in something else later. This module is called date tomorrow. The way we do this, let me just skip the date tomorrow thing and just add it with my format. So it's the exact same way above. You start with an angle bracket, percentage sign, tp.date.tomorrow instead of now, and put in the format that you want in the brackets in quotation marks. And this will get you the date for tomorrow. Next module is date yesterday. So we start by writing date yesterday, and as you might have guessed, instead of tp.date.tomorrow, we do tp.date.yesterday. Now let's just see how this all comes together. So I don't want to confuse you all with the other commands, so we'll just clear that. We'll just leave a little space so it can go in and perfectly. We don't need to do anything else. Now I go to the templater note, and in the templater note, I'll just press enter, and again we'll just bring up templater, select templater date, and as you can see, it shows the date tomorrow perfectly and the date yesterday perfectly. Now let's have a look at the weekday module. What if I wanted to get the exact date for Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? Let me just walk you through how to do that. So we go back to our template, we go to templater date, and over here we erase everything. We just leave that gap, and let's just type weekday module. So first we start off with Monday. We start off with tp.date.weekday instead of tomorrow or yesterday. Put in the format that you want, and 0. 0 is for Monday. For Tuesday, it will be 1. So again, tp.date.weekday in brackets the format that you want to use, comma 1 for Tuesday. For Wednesday, it's going to be tp.date.weekday, again the format that you want to use, and 2 for Wednesday. For Thursday, everything is the same except it will be 3. For Friday, everything will stay the same except it will be 4. Saturday will be 5. For Sunday, it will be 6. And finally, for getting the next week's Monday, we'll just put tp.date.weekday and the format that you want to use and comma and 7. Please note, whatever is the first day of the week that you've set in your computer's date preferences, that is the first day that it will take. That will be 0 and so on and so forth. Now we go back to Templator and in our notes, we'll just press enter and click the Templator icon and Templator date. And as you can see, all dates are perfectly put. Monday is May 31st, Tuesday is perfect, Wednesday perfect, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's how you can easily get dates based on days for your weekly reviews. The final thing that we look at is not a module that is built in, but it's just a support for a library that Obsidian ships with. It's called Moment. So I think I'll do a video later going deeper into it. But for now, let me just show you how to use it. So let me just erase this and let me show you a few examples. So the very first thing I want to do is I wanted to say today is what day of the week it is. So I wanted to say today is Sunday. Obviously Sunday will be dynamic. So the way I do that, I will explain this later in a video maybe. But for now, let me just enter this. Then I want to see how many days are there in May. Again, I'll explain this later. I'll probably do a video on this later. But for now, this is how you put that. Now, let's just test out how this is working. So we go to Templator again. And over here, I'll press enter. I'll press the Templator icon and I'll select Templator date. As you can see, it's perfectly got today's day is Sunday. And how many days are there in May? It's got that also perfectly. Now, if you want to have a look again at the code, it's very simple. This, whatever is in the bracket, is a constant thing that will not change. This DDDD I've already explained above. Obviously, there's an easy way to do this using the date now module. But I just want to show that support for moment is also built in. And this is how I got how many days are there in May. Now, if I wanted to see how many days are there in, let's say, February. So we do 02/2021. Here we've defined what is this format. And let me just make this February. And let's just go back to Templator again. Now, right below this, let's again add this in. So we go here. Templator date. And as you can see, it perfectly shows how many days are there in February as well. Now, I'll walk you through this entire thing later. But for the purposes of this video, I just want to show that this moment object is also supported in the date module. This video is already getting pretty long, so let's split it into parts. I'll show you some of the other modules in the next video, as well as show you how to combine these modules to create much more dynamic and advanced templates. And later, we'll walk you through some great user function examples that I myself use, so please stay tuned. I'll be sharing most of these codes as well as a lot of extra content on Twitter once I release the final video for Templator. So please follow me on Twitter, details of which are provided below. If you found this video helpful, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you have any feedback, suggestion or questions, then please leave those in the comment section below or send me a direct message via Twitter. If you would like to support this channel, I've shared my Buy Me a Coffee details below. Thank you so much for watching.